How's everyone doing today? Welcome to another stream. It is another transfer update. As I said yesterday, in these times when international duties are at their best or maximized, transfer news is what we focus on the most. And if you are a no-time subscriber, you know that in these times I do provide transfer updates. Now, just to put this in perspective, Thiago Pinto in the last couple of hours is in France, has gone to France because he wants to clear out many indications to what this summer's transfer market will look like. And I think, and I've said this many times, that this summer and the transfer market that will perform this summer will be a massive hint to what next season will look like for us. I think the transfer market which we performed this summer, apart from buying Abraham, it was awful. Apart from buying Abraham and Rui Patricio, it was dreadful. We've bought players which aren't at the standard that we want. Viña, in my opinion, is not good enough. Shomurodov is not good enough. So a big factor of this summer is spending good money. And obviously, the fact that Thiago Pinto is already thinking about the transfer market this summer does clear out some indications. He's starting to get some information. And he's in France right now. But what I want to talk about today is a position which, in my opinion, depends a lot on the Zaniolo situation. I mean, it's not my opinion. I think the reality is exactly that. I think the position and the role that we'll talk about today and the players which Roma is interested in this position all depends on how the Zaniolo situation evolves. And that's just the way it is. I think we need to try and convince Zaniolo to stay. Yes, I've said it again, and you're probably done with me saying this, but I can't stress enough how much he's got the potentials, and if just try him for one more season. If he's not having it, I'm totally on to selling him. But I think he needs more time. And so my priority, obviously I'm not Mourinho, I'm not the Fredkins, and I'm not Thiago Pinto, but my priority is to renew Zaniolo's contract. Obviously though, we need backup options because Zaniolo renewing his contract is not 100% sure. In fact, I'd say it's a hit or miss. He's thinking about it. He's either gonna renew his contract or he's either gonna leave. So we need to think about the backup options. And the two names which Thiago Pinto is focusing on in these last couple of hours are Talisca and Gonzalo Guedes. Now, before talking about these two players, because this live stream is about that, we need to talk about the Zaniolo situation because yes, you might be fed up with it, but I think for us to talk about Talisca and to talk about Gonzalo Guedes, we can't not start by talking about Zaniolo because, as I said, these two players are all linked with how the Zaniolo position evolves. These are backup options if Zaniolo does renew his contract. That's the way it is. Don't expect Roma to buy Talisca or even to buy Gonzalo Guedes if Zaniolo renews his contract. Don't. Because if Zaniolo does sign his contract, then there are other positions to prioritize. We have a situation in which a big question mark lays in the fact that Zaniolo didn't even play 1 minute against Lazio. Yes, I understand not starting him. Maybe he hasn't, he's not been performing well, so the fact that the decision of not starting Zaniolo, I totally agreed on. If he doesn't deserve to start, yes, don't start. We have to win that match. But this is one thing, the fact that he didn't start and didn't start. And another thing is him not even playing 1 single minute. That is a completely different thing. Because I think in the last 10 minutes of that match, even last 15 minutes, Zaniolo could have gone there and played. So that is where the real question mark lays. Okay, he hasn't been performing well, but surely he could have got subbed in. And I'm not saying it's a hint, but it's definitely something to reflect on. And Mourinho knows how much Zaniolo hates Lazio, how much he would have fired up the atmosphere of the derby And Mourinho knows that. Zaniolo wanted to play. He wanted to show and he wanted to brag and he wanted to just indicate his balls in front of the Lazio fans. That's what he wanted to do. But he didn't get the chance to do that. And that is definitely something which hints something. So, yes, he's got a very, very, very tough decision to make. He said it in many, 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 many interviews. He said it. He said it himself. That his priority is to renew his contract with Roma. He said that. The priority is that. But, we can easily see Juventus buying him this summer. We can easily see a Premier League club buying it this summer. So, it's one of those situations where, okay, you do want to renew your contract, you do want to prioritize this, you love this club, you love the team, but then why don't you do it? Because he's asking for money. So, you see, it's a situation where it basically all lays on him. We can't do anything about it. He said it, he's going to prioritize it, he's going to try and find an agreement, but if an agreement is not reached, then unfortunately he'll leave. And this is where we need backup options if Zaniolo leaves. Because yes, Zaniolo hasn't been playing 100% fit this season. He's not been playing phenomenally this season, but he's a big part of this team. And so if Zaniolo gets sold, we need backup options. And we need good backup options. We need backup options or talented backup options. And this is where Roma in the last couple of hours have declared how much the price tag for Zaniolo is. The price tag to buy Nicolo Zaniolo, 22 years old, number 22, of AS Roma, is £70 million. Yes, there are clubs which can pay this amount of money. But it's a very complicated situation. But Roma has declared his price tag. If anyone wants Zaniolo, you need to pay £70 million. And we will not accept exchanges with players. With players which Roma doesn't retain as important as Zaniolo. There was a rumour saying that Juventus could exchange him and give Roma McKennie. But Roma has said, yes, that might be an option, but we would much rather a team pays the full price if they want Zaniolo. So we basically have a box around Zaniolo. The two vertical sides, or his priority, signing for Roma, and the two horizontal sides, or other clubs approaching him and his decision if he only thinks about money. And that is just the way it is. This leads me on to talk about today's topic, which is Talisca and Guedes have been picked on to replace Zaniolo if he were to leave. I'm going to state this again. Don't expect these players to join Roma if Zaniolo stays. Once again, we're not a rich club. We can't have Zaniolo, TAMMY and Gonzalo Guedes, especially because Guedes is worth £40 million. But I'm going to start off by speaking about Talisca. Talisca, as you can see from your screen, is 28 years old. His value is 12 million and he plays for a club in the Arab United Emirates, Al Nas Riyadh. This already puts a massive question mark on this player. He's got great records, but look at where he plays. And it's always a hazard buying players from these leagues. I've nothing against these leagues, but it's just the way it is. Spending a lot of money, because he does cost quite a lot of money, and replacing Zaniolo with him, coming from a club in the Arab United Emirates, is a risk. Is a 100% risk. Because he's one of those players which was extremely talented, and as someone says in the chat, said in the chat, he followed the money path. And he went to Turkey, he went to China, and now he's in Arabia. And he just followed the money path. And players who only follow money end up having bad bad records. Look at El Shaarawy. El Shaarawy, I love El Shaarawy. If we were in a Champions League semi-final a few years ago, which was robbed by the way, if we deserved to be in a Champions League final, 20% of that is on El Shaarawy. Scoring 2 goals, 2 bangers against Chelsea at home, providing amazing skills to the game. He then decided to follow the money path. He went to China in full pandemic season, came back to Roma, and he's a hell of an inconsistent player. He plays a good match, an amazing match, then he doesn't play a few matches, and then for the next 3 matches he's appalling. It's the risk is this. Do we really want to replace someone who's a big part of this team, who has shown incredible links up with TAMMY, who has shown and who has incredible potential in this area, in international football, who has incredible potential in his own national team with someone who plays for Al Nassr Riyadh? And this is why I'm saying myself, don't you dare buy Talisca to replace Zaniolo. Don't you dare. One thing is replacing Zaniolo and buying him, and another thing is keeping Zaniolo and buying Talisca to improve the squad depth. That's something else. And I'm totally in favor for that. Even though, we have to take a balance with our money as well. Our financial and economic side need a balance as well. But that's all on Thiago Pinto. If someone asks me, Zaniolo stays, and this guy comes and improves the squad depth, oh yeah, I'll take that. But if someone says, Zaniolo leaves and we get Talisca, fuck you, no. And once again, he might be amazing, but who knows if he's amazing in a way more competitive league, in a way more serious league like the Serie A. Who knows that? Because I bet you everyone here has never watched a match from the what is he playing, Qatar, Arabia? You've never. I mean, unless you're lying. I mean, unless you're from Arabia, you've probably never seen a match there. Who knows how Talisca plays? And one thing which I used to do when I was younger, which is the most useless thing ever, when players were linked with Roma, I always used to go on YouTube and search for Talisca 4K highlights. Don't you dare do that, because your expectations just fly up to Venus. They fly up to Uranus and end back in Uranus as well. Don't you dare go after this live stream ends and look at Talisca highlights, because all they put on those videos is amazing skills he does. And I remember, as if it was yesterday, watching a video of Steven Zonzi highlights because he was set to join Roma, and God, through that video, I just pictured Kante or someone. He came to Roma and he was as useless as a fucking dustbin. Don't you dare base yourself on highlights, on only good highlights which YouTube posts. He might be an amazing player, I'm not saying anything, but also he might be atrocious. Because to go from Al Nassr to AS Roma, as I said, it's like going from Uranus back to Uranus. So, very risky. Now, second option is this guy, which obviously is a 100% better option, but obviously he does cost more money. 25 years old, Portuguese national team, plays for Valencia, £40 million is his value. This clearly shows that he's better than Talisca, but this also clearly shows that if we want him, we need to pay more money for him. And, don't get me wrong, we could. To replace Zaniolo, if Zaniolo gets sold, we will get a lot of money. As I said before, Roma has fixed the price tag, it's 70 million. So we could use that money and buy him and use 40 million pounds out of those 70 million. But I am always against spending a lot of money on one single player, because I totally think that one single player doesn't change anything when it comes to the dynamics of the team. We need to get a lot, like 3-4 good players to improve the overall team. Look at Manchester United. They spent a lot of money on one single player, Cristiano Ronaldo. I've got Cristiano Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo was a flop. So my risk here is, yes, he's clearly better than the other guy, but don't spend a lot of money and just buy him. Try to find agreements. trying to find, maybe lower the price, I give him an exchange. I know Valencia were really interested in Diawara. We could, Thiago Pinto needs to start just like in Turkish markets. I go high, he goes low. He goes high, I go low. We find a middle price tag. If you've ever been to Turkey, it's like that. So this is what Thiago Pinto needs to start doing. I fix something. If Valencia say no, okay, don't worry. I'll sort you out. I'll give you a bit less money. I'll give you around 25 million, but I'll insert Diawara in the deal. You see, Thiago Pinto needs to start doing this because spending a lot of money on one single player is a risk, especially if he comes in and gets injured. Imagine if we spend like 50 million euros for Guedes, starts 3 matches and breaks his ACL. What do? You see? There are a lot of risks, but clearly he is better, but clearly he does cost more money. And obviously he still has an option of renewing his contract with Valencia, if I'm not wrong, unless he's a free agent this summer. He's clearly better, as I said. He plays in a way more competitive league than the Arabian League. He plays for Valencia, which is a good team. They play in the Europa League once in a while. They play in the Champions League once in a while. They're a team like Roma. I'd say Valencia and Roma are equal. They're very similar. So, I think he's better. That's the conclusion, is he is better. But obviously he does cost more money. So once again, conclusion of this is, don't you dare waste the money. If Zaniolo leaves, don't you dare waste the money on it. Imagine if Zaniolo leaves and we spend £30 million on a player like Vigna and £20 million on a player like Shomurodov. No, that needs to stop. Because I'm going to say this again. Next season, we don't have the time to start the season in a mediocre way and then boost. Season starts and we need to start in a very good rhythm. And by doing that, we need good players, and that is just the way it is. Zaniolo is a big question. Expect more updates, as I always say. Now it's all on him. He said he wants to prioritize his renewal with Roma, which hopefully he does. Because if he does, then forget about Guedes and Talisca, and maybe yes, we could still buy one of the 2 players as a free agent. Who knows? But expect more updates for Zaniolo. Was on to that. Oh yeah, I am taking a break because I'm going on a school trip for the next 3 days. I'll be back on Sunday, and I'm not sure if I'll go live on Sunday because I think I'll get back late. But otherwise, I'll catch you all on Monday for the preparation. I'll catch you all on Monday for hopefully Italy against Portugal, up to Italy. So I'll catch you on Monday for a potential Italy against Portugal live watch along, which will be very, very interesting. It is not Roma related, I understand, but it's a very important match. And it's a very interesting match as well. So I'll go live for that on Monday. Either Italy against Turkey, either Italy against Portugal. If it's Portugal against Macedonia or Turkey against Macedonia, I won't go live. If Italy's there, I will go live. So I'll catch you guys on Monday. Sorry for the small break, but it is a school trip. And I'm glad that there is a school trip after many years of lockdown. So I'll enjoy that. And I will catch you on Monday for the live watch along, and then for the preparation for the return of the Serie A, for the return of the Conference League, for more stadium vlogs, for more live watch alongs, just towards the end of the season, to end the season the best way possible. So yeah, I'll catch you on Monday. Subscribe if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing. It's amazing. That vlog it's amazing. I'm gonna say it again. It was amazing to film. It was amazing for you guys to enjoy it. So really enjoyed filming that. So yeah, I'm planning to film way more stadium vlogs. Maybe also Roma Bodo Glimt. I'll try and go there. But I'll catch you soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the link with your families and friends. And have a good old laugh watching the derby. And follow me on Instagram at the Roma Guy Lower Score. And like the last stream as soon as it becomes a video as well. And comment in the comments if you prefer Guedes or prefer Talisca, and add a small explanation of who you prefer as well. I like to be interactive. I like to like and read your comments. So yeah, I'll catch you on Monday. And Simon,